crew. Hello to those of you who circle back. I appreciate you. Today we're going to be talking about how to maximize our dollars. I'm going to take my time, wait for YouTube, notify people. We are going to do a face because the answer is always yes when I'm here and there's not a face and I ask if I should do a face. So we're going to do a face. We're going to do the introduction. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why? The crazy, knowing it's okay, hey Janet, to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Excuse me. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like, is that lint on my shirt? Try not to feel like you have to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what somebody's telling you in whatever video you're watching. Wear whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Here it is. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the Crazy Troll Nation motto is. That's what we stand for. Hope it resonates with you. If you've been hearing it as much as Janet has, I wonder like if she said it with me or if you guys say it with me. Let's see. 2 tidbits about me. 1, I curse sometimes because I curse. And number 2, it's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches, and I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. I used to do this all the time, and then somewhere I stopped, and Janet reminded me of that. She's like, now that we know where it lives. And so I don't know if I did a post about it or not, asking the members. I probably did. I don't know. To help me name it if they wanted to have a name, this organism is in my throat. I did just eat. I had rice and garlic parmesan, boneless wings. It was so good. And Mountain Dew. And so that's what we had. Hello, Holly. How are you this evening? So we're going to talk about money. We're also going to do 2 more looks with the Nightmare palette, 1 on each eye. I did 2 looks so far with this. I really liked them. And so what we did, we were simple. So holding up the palette, this eye, we did these 6 shadows. And on this eye, we used this 6. And so today, we're going to do these 2 columns on this eye and these 2 columns on this eye, unless I get confused. Because when I hold it facing me, it's flipped. But we will try our best. So, hey, Alexandria. Most of you have probably heard me talk about money before when I do my beauty budget updates. My content is going to be changing a bit. It has been voted for a member only live on Sunday, and we're going to talk about, hello, Keyston. I'm over half a century old. That's how old I am. Over half a century old. Because of various things and also stuff that rolls around in my head of what to do and what not to do. Hey, Michelle. And so we are going to do that. The consensus also seemed to be schedule list over 8 o'clock at night. I don't know why. Like I was thinking noon. Because y'all know I'm nocturnal. So I'm just like, I don't know why that was a thought. But the consensus was, excuse me, to still do it the regular time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are going to do a members live on Sunday night to plan out content, like not like every video, but just concepts. Okay, what are we going to do? And also with the beauty budget stuff and member shop my stash, I have an interesting idea for, which will be hectic for me. But it'll also be fun. So I'm excited for that, to start planning out for next year and also for Vlogmas. And so I do have some ideas for Vlogmas, but you're a night owl, but society forces me to have to get up early. I hear you, Alexandria. Some of my jobs were like be to work at 9 in the morning, and I'm just like, y'all crazy. But I was also enough where, hey Tanya, where some of my jobs, this is a brand new one and I just put on lotion, so I was having trouble opening it. Where I could more or less make my own schedule because I had to, they call it mobile therapy, like when your therapist comes to see you versus you coming into to an office. When I worked at JJPI in Philadelphia, I had to go into the office, but most of my other jobs, for the most part, was going to where the clients were. And so I was able to, make my own schedules, which was great. Thank you, big gorillas. I appreciate that. So, money. We know I posted today on my community tab girl, the mass blackout is starting tomorrow. City Beauty lip oil, and I asked like who was participating aside from work because they had no work on there, and like some people have to go to work. And actually Wednesday I'm working down again at the space, and so I'm gonna have to get gas again. I did get gas yesterday, but then I worked at the space yesterday, and it takes close to half a tank of gas round trip. So either I can just try and push it and run on fumes, going down and coming back again, which I don't want to do because if I get stuck in traffic or there's an accident, that's going to still burn gas even if I'm not moving. Oh, you better buy tonight. Yeah, I did make some purchases, but my thinking has already changed. And even this past week, Janet, when I made purchases, I was still checking in with my accountability partner as if the no buy had already started or the blackout already started. So our 3-month no buy is starting tonight at midnight because it'll be November 25th. And so I've already gotten into, hey Justin, you see your therapist monthly on Zoom, you man. Yeah, good therapists will call you out. And every therapist I have, I'm like, you can call me out on my stuff. Like, don't let me just skate by and. But yeah, that's really good that they do that. So I am anticipating the no buy changing my perspective a little bit. But then it does what we want it to do, right? If you want to learn something, you're going to learn something. And this is just anything in life. If you already have in your mind, oh, I'm not going to learn anything, then you're really not. So you have to be open to it. But what I am anticipating, hey Grace, and what I think will happen is, and I've already been thinking about, finances, money, spending, shopping, all of that stuff. And even with my perpetual low buy, it's like buying nothing full price, even though once in a blue moon something will happen. When 669 gets the beauty bag, all bets are off. And we are allowing ourselves one exception, one item each month. And last year when we did our 1 month no buy, neither one of us used the exception. But we already know when 669 hits, I'm getting it. And I am waiting on that thing from MAC to come back into stock. But I do feel like I can wait for that because I don't feel in a rush to start that project. And maybe because I'm doing so many, well, not so many, but I'm doing like 2 other projects right now. And so what I've been thinking about lately, first of all, let me back up to the Sephora recommendation. So when I did that short, because I'm like, oh, that's the trend. Everybody's talking about Sephora sale recommendations. And I think I said something like, my Sephora sale recommendations is not to shop the sale. But if you feel like you have to shop it, then okay, these are what I recommend. Because I was saying 10% is an insult, 15% is like, excuse me, 20%, you can get better than that on brand websites. And a lot of brands right now are having 30% off sales and 35% off sales. My Skechers, the black pair I had, past tense, them suckers was dry rotted. I actually looked at them. I'm like, oh my God, like these things are atrocious. So I threw them away and I wanted another black pair. And I'm like, I'll just wait. Rakuten, y'all, they were having 30% cash back on Skechers, on the Skechers site. And I'm like, what? And they were having a sale too. So $80-something pair of Skechers were $50-something, like $51 and some change. And minusing out the 30% cash back, which came out to $17 and some change, I spent like $41 for those $80-something pair of Skechers. That's how you shop. And so, and because I did one Skechers, I don't go looking for sales. what that is a great Rakuten sell. Yeah, they do. Their percentages, that changes. Like even sometimes like Ulta might be 2%, and then I'll get a notification today, Ulta 10%, Elf 10%, Mac 10%, and then it'll drop back down to 2% or 3%. So it changes somewhat daily. And so, but when I saw that pop up, and I'm sure the Skechers one only popped up because I was looking on the Skechers website previously, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not spending 80 something dollars for Skechers when I used to spend like 50 something dollars for Skechers. So I think that's why that popped up for me on Rakuten, is because the internet be paying attention to what we looking at and what sites we go to, and so yeah, so I was like 30% cash back. What? It came out to like $17 and some change. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm getting these Skechers. And they were on sale. So always look for sales. Dare I say, wait for more than 20% off. I realized, I was thinking of something that Nina said, and I know I switched sentences. When I was talking about the 3-month no buy, no makeup and no skincare for 3 months. And Nina commented something like, oh, that would be easy for people who always have backups. And y'all know I keep backups of skincare. So I was just like, she taking a dig at me, which I know she wasn't, um, but I did think about that. And I still have stock of Peter Thomas Roth vitamin C serum. I did go back to using it twice a day. And the Olay serum, which they don't even sell anymore. I've been using that twice a day because they say twice a day, but I was using them once a day because my skin was just as happy. And plus I'm like, okay, this will help me have it longer. And so I am using more, and it being winter, people buying thicker moisturizers. I don't buy thicker moisturizers or serums. I just use more of what I have. And so let me put this on all messages because it defaults top messages. And I noticed on under videos lately, it says top messages, and then I have to click something to show like the newer messages or all the messages. And so YouTube is still just doing some stuff, and I'm not sure I like it. And even Instagram has changed too, where I had to sit and figure out, excuse me, y'all. I had to sit and figure out like how do I do a post because they changed the way stuff looks. So anyway, I dare say wait for more than 20% off. But thinking about what Nina said, I realized that I don't always have backups of skincare. And this is just recent because I know I told y'all about the gifts were purchased from Drunk Elephant and I liked it. And so one of the moisturizers I bought and one of the cleansers I bought, and they were having their 20% off sale. And then I used $25 from the Ulta Beauty Board gift card. And then I also use points. And so I am like paying less than half of what that stuff costs, which is great because Drunk Elephant she's an expensive elephant. And so I realized I was down to like the one moisturizer, and I'm like, okay, so I really don't always have backups, especially if it's something new that I try just to see. And with Dr. Dennis Gross, when I tried one of his Dermafusions moisturizer and Dermafusions serum, I'm almost done with the moisturizer, and I started using it in May. So like 6 months I ran through that moisturizer. And so I did order one of those. His site right now is having a 30% off site wide, and free shipping, of course. And so I dare say wait for at least 25% off or 30 or more, because those sales do come, especially this time of year. And so in thinking about backups, like some stuff I did not have. And so I know I have this thing which stems from my childhood of always having backups of my staple items. And that started when I was 14 because I was always being threatened I was going to be kicked out of the house. I'm like, well, at least I have my basic body care type stuff. Don't forget to take out your frozen meat for Thanksgiving if you haven't done so already. I think I'm going to be home. I haven't heard of any family dinners or anything. My neighbor told me she'll keep me in mind and make me a plate. But last year, a random knock on my door, and it was her with a plate. And I think for Christmas she did the same thing. Um, just random, turkey for me. I like turkey, but not like that, because to me it's usually just too dry. And I'm just like, but I could easily skip turkey. And so what I was thinking for myself is, and I have a thing with number three as well. And so, like, when I get down to the last one, I would buy like two more or whatever. And so I'm going to cap myself off at get down to the last one. When I open the last one, then just order like two backups. And I'm saying two because even that moisturizer is 1.69 fluid ounces. I use that in 6 months. And so if I get two, that'll carry me through a year. So a year's worth of skincare. And also, by the time I'm down to one again, we'll be back at another 25%, 30%, 30% off sale. And so that's something I've already been thinking about for next year is, okay, I don't need to keep like 5 or 6 backups, which I don't except for the Peter and the Olay serum. I'm not a big fan of turkey either, says Tanya. I just get a turkey breast because we never eat a whole one. Yeah. And so that's something I've been thinking about too is, that was a childhood lesson. Like, I'm over 50 now. Like, why am I still living according to that? But that's what we do, right? We learn something young and it just sticks with us for the majority of our life until we make a conscious effort to stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like as we did as a child for whatever reason. And my life is stable. Like, I'm not in jeopardy of not having food. I'm not in jeopardy of not having skincare. I'm not in jeopardy of not having clothes or footwear, because I have plenty of footwear. I just wanted another pair of Skechers because first world problems. I like just putting my foot in it and not having to tie my shoes. And some people are like, girl, you crazy. And yeah, first world problems. But also keep in mind, I deal with joint pain, my hips, my knees, and all of that. So even sometimes bending to tie my shoes is just like, okay, this is painful. So even though it sounds like, girl, just tie your damn shoes. There is something behind it for me not wanting to tie my shoes or bending over to tie my shoes. Having said that, I do have sneakers, and all sneakers are you tie them up. So I have plenty of footwear. So I did not need a new pair of Skechers, but that sale, I did buy me a new pair of Skechers. And so just thinking about, for all of us, I want us to, what is the word? I want us to analyze why we want what we want. You can get the silicone laces to make them slip-ons. Okay. I am in and out, says Alexandria. I'm about to get little man bad. Okay. I've got to take care of the kitties, Alexandria. And so, and they do have laces, but you don't have to, they're not the kind you untie. Like, they're laced into the structure of the shoe or whatever they call it. I just call them Skechers. I don't know what they're classified as. But, and so I want for us to analyze why we want something and why we may feel like we need something. You'll send me the links later. Okay. I can tell you I probably won't get them. Unless you're talking about for like my sneakers. But then I won't be purchasing anything until 3 months from now. Because even though we're saying no skincare, no makeup for 3 months, I'm thinking like buy nothing, like period. So if I do decide to get them, it may not be for the next 3 months. It might not be for the next 3 months. Yeah, I understand. And I appreciate it. Yeah, you can send it. So I'm really just, and that's my all or nothing thinking, which I do to myself because I'm looking at it like, don't buy anything I don't need. My freezer is halfway full from last time when I restocked, and that's just going to stay that way. Because I'm not, as I said, I'm not in jeopardy of not having my basic needs and some of what I want. And so I do want us to just think critically of like, why do we want this thing? And sometimes something will come up and we feel like we have to have it. We have to have it. Why do we feel like we have to have it? Like, I want us to ask ourselves that question. And even when things are on sale, 5%, I've said before, Even if something is 10% off and they're like, oh, I paid this, it was 10% off. If you're purchasing it with a credit card and your interest rate is like 15%, 20%, that 10% off, you're not getting that 10% off because you're paying for it with interest on your credit card, unless you pay your credit card off every month. And I don't know too many people who actually do that. I know a couple, but most people don't. And I will say this, my credit cards have balances. And so that's another reason I'm motivated to think more about what I'm spending and why. And that's why I created my beauty budget. Like, I'm only using that for like beauty stuff. My skincare comes out of my daily budget because for me, skincare is a necessity. Y'all see how good I look, right? Skincare. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these sales are coming for our pockets. And I posted today. Oh, good for you, Mr. Poppins. Um, I posted today. I'm not posting any more sales. Thank you, Janet. Y'all, these sales are coming in hot. Oh, thank you for the makeup brush. Thank you. And I'm not posting any more sales. I got 3 more emails today for sales that I had already posted for Fenty. Like, they're sending the same emails like every other day. And I said, I'm not posting any more sales because I know, Tanya, that was like way out there off the chain. Because I don't want to encourage buying. And yes, if somebody wants to buy something, they're going to buy it whether I post a sale or not. They're going to use somebody else's link, and that's okay with me. Like, I'm not here just trying to, I mean, yes, getting a YCP check is nice. Yes, getting referral link checks are nice, but at what expense? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather y'all save money and not purchase than use my code paying for something full price just for me to get, whatever commission I get. You know what I mean? Like, me getting commission is not as important to me as my trolls saving money. And the Tourist Morbid, I think they're still having their 30% off sale. There are exclusions. And I was saying, if something is not included in the sale that you wanted to get, then sure, yeah, go ahead and use, my 15% off code. But if what you want is not an exemption, use their 30% off code. And it does annoy me. I let it annoy me when there's sales going on. And because I get the email, so I know. And it's like, 25% off. And then here we are on YouTube and people are like, oh, use my code to save 10%. And I'm like, but they could save 20 if they just go to the website. You know what I'm saying? And so that, I let that annoy me because it's like, do you really care about your viewers, or are you just trying to make a little bit more money? And so sometimes when I see those posts, I'm just like, hopefully their viewers know to check the site. But there are some people, they will just look at those posts and just shop it because that's one of their favorite content creators and they want to support. And some people really don't think to check the site. But the thing is when you go to the site, won't it pop up or it be somewhere in little tiny print that there's a sale going on? Like, I don't know. But that's something I'm working to get over, to not be annoyed, but because we choose how we feel. But money's changing, the dollar is shrinking. And so for me, it's becoming more and more critical to save money and to be careful with what we're spending. They still, I suggest, Janet, that you email them. They are responsive to emails. I will say that, because there's times I've emailed and I'm just like, can you just check the status of this order? Or I'll say something like, is this stuck at, and they're here in the United States, and so it's not even dealing with customs. So usually what it is they're waiting on, well, it might be customs for them. Sometimes they're waiting for ingredients, because I have something that was pulled for processing like 2 weeks ago, if not longer. And I'm like, okay, that's been a while that it was pulled. And so I emailed about it, and they said they're waiting for 3 of the ingredients. And I'm just like, okay. So I don't know if that puts that item at the beginning of the list, like when it comes in, go ahead and get this done because it was already pulled, but they're waiting. And so I would suggest, Janet, that you contact them, like just so you can be on their radar, because it seemed like it's been like a really long time you waiting on them lippies. Are they the ones, Janet, from the buy one get one free sale that they had? I think Fenty now, Tanya, I think is having either 20 or 25%. They do good gifts with purchases, but then you got to spend like $150 to get a little bag. And I'm like, no. Some people will do that though. They'll spend extra just to get the free gift, and the free gift is usually not anything monetarily valuable. It might be a bag you can find somewhere for like $5. They do have nice gifts. That's why I appreciate more about Drunk Elephant. Like their gifts to purchase be their stuff, and some of it I really like, and I'm like, damn, now I want to buy this moisturizer too. I do not like those drop things, so I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. Yeah, Notoriously Morbid is slow, and you know what annoys me, Janet, is they keep coming out with these posts saying, this is going to be quicker, this is going to be quicker. And I'm like, why are y'all lying? Every time I'd rather them not do a post about shortening their TAT time, their turnaround time, when it still doesn't change. And so I think in theory, it's like, okay, we're doing this to make it quicker, but in reality, it doesn't. And so I wish they would just stop saying that, because I'm like, it's not any quicker. If anything, it seems to be taking longer. And even with Spellcast Beauty side, they created that side to fill the gap of, they know people want their stuff. So we'll create this sister brand that's not made in-house, it's not made by hand, and it'll ship out quicker. But the thing with that also is, if you order Spellcast Beauty item and you order a Notoriously Morbid item, they will hold your order until the Notoriously Morbid stuff is ready. And I'm like, so what's the point in Spellcast Beauty side? Send that stuff out now if it's ready, and then just send the Notoriously Morbid stuff, when that comes in or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and I love the brand. I love the brand. Y'all know I do. But I just wish that they would just stop saying they're shortening stuff, because it is never shorter. And I used to get my stuff in a solid 3 weeks from them. And now sometimes it's longer. It might be like 2 months or something, and I'm still waiting on lipsticks. The last batch I got, I ordered, I think, I know it took at least like 3 months to get it. And I'm like, this is just ridiculous. And I know it's a deterrent for some people because, first world problems, again, we order stuff and we want it within like a week, because some stuff will come in like a week, but not from them. And I'm told with indie brands, hey, Sunshine Rainbow, how are you? And so I do know for those who buy a lot of indie stuff, they're used to waiting months and months. I don't buy a lot of indie, so I'm not used to waiting months and months and months. But again, first world problems, right? And makeup is not even a need, it's a want. So how dare we be so like, give me my stuff. Yeah, overpromise, underdeliver. And I understand that they're waiting for stuff, but just stop saying it's going to be quicker. Because it's not going to be quicker. Like, just stop saying that. Oh my gosh. I don't need anything, says Tanya. Tanya, we know you don't. You be on the internet looking for sales, and I'd be like, girl, just walk. Put the computer down and walk away slowly, like just. And it's your intention after I get the last thing I already paid for, not to buy nothing else. For how long? Are you doing a no buy, Tanya? And if so, for how long? And if yes, that you're doing a no buy, what is that including? And no, you don't have to answer. Oh, I have heard that from Dion. Yeah, and even with their PR stuff, that one year, y'all, when I looked back, they had sent me like 10 palettes that year. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of makeup. But even with the PR, it was seldom before it was released because they were waiting for stuff. So I would get it like either like a day before the release or sometimes after it was released, which I always thought PR was get it out early to your PR people so they can advertise for you and people can use their links to buy the stuff. But then it's like, okay, I'm getting it after, everybody else got it that paid for it. It was... Yeah, it's okay, but I tend not to order additional items. And so same with me. And then for them, if I see something I want, I'm still on the heels of, okay, I waited 3 months to get that. So in my mind, I'm like, I ain't buying nothing else for a while. Like, I need to just like recuperate from that period of time, because part of me is like still frustrated. Even after I get it in my mind, I'm like, but damn, it took 3 months. Like, no, I'm not buying anything else right now. And I know other people, they're like, I'm not ordering anything so I get the stuff I pay for. And it's just the best. Because I do, if they were quicker, I do think they would get a lot more business. Because even for me, as much as I love them, I'm like, okay, I just got my last order. I'm not buying anything for like months and months. Well, now I'm on a 3-month no buy, but I just, mm-mm. Are you chilling, sunshine? That's really good. That is really good. I'm doing okay. I had a migraine earlier, and yeah, this is my hormonal week. I'm hormonal every week. You would like to order from a perfume brand, but an order didn't successfully reach its destination, so I'm waiting for that to be resolved before you purchase it. Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm the same way, Janet. If something happens, that needs to be resolved before I even think about shopping on that site again or that brand again. They got their money. I should get my product in a timely manner. I feel that way too. Um, but I do understand if they're waiting on stuff, and some of their stuff was coming from overseas because when months ago when all the tariff mess, which is still going on, they did a post that they had some stuff that was in custom hell or tariff hell, however they put it. They had stuff that was held up. Hey, Michelle Davidson. I'm saying your last name because the other Michelle is in here too. And so I saw the Lethal release. I'm not impressed with the new Lethal release. I watched their video and it looked dusty and cool toned. And I was just like, no. But then Nina sent me a picture, and the picture looks really nice. But my no buy is starting as of midnight tonight, so I'm not buying it. And I will let y'all know, I did refresh a few of my Natasha Denona palettes. And some I already had from before when they had like half off sales for like their PR people or whatever. And I was thinking, so I did put my current Natasha stuff in my Macari store, and I priced it to where it would be lower than the 35% off on her website. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. The brand sites be having good deals. If you bundle like 2 of the MIDI palettes, you get 35% off. If you bundle 2 of their $129 palettes, they're 35% off. Otherwise, they're like 25% off. So I priced my stuff a little bit lower than the 35% off. And after the sale is over, I may or may not increase the prices on there because I do just want this stuff to go and not just keep sitting on my bookshelf. But so we will see. So if you guys are like, why she put that stuff in there? Because I refreshed my supply. And I was thinking too, because I don't use a lot of indie, and I'm thinking about what I have the most of, is like, I really feel like, or I might be being delusional, that my brands will mostly be the Lethal BYOPs, MAC BYOPs, Natasha Denona, and Notoriously Morbid. Natasha gives me safe, and every palette is its own vibe. And I was thinking, like, if I could only have one brand eyeshadow, like, what would it be? And I would say at this point, Natasha, because every brand is its own vibe. But like with Notoriously Morbid, that feeds my darkness, my dark side, and the grunge and the goth. Lethal, my BYOPs, that satisfy when I want something bright or I just want something bold. MAC is just the OG. Excuse me. So I was really thinking, like, what will my collection or my stash look like? And that's kind of what it's looking like. And so I'll have to be even more creative that my videos don't get boring if I'm just using the same brands. And 669, whenever Beauty Bay gets that. Let's see. Tanya's doing a girl get a grip by. So no beauty, nothing, at least to the end of January. Okay. Get a grip, girl. So so Tanya, does that include wigs? Because you've been buying a lot of wigs lately. So does that not buying include skincare and wigs as well as makeup? That's what I want to know. That is impressive, girl. Get a grip. Yeah, that does sound better than a no buy. It's like, girl, get a grip. Also not buying, but it is gorgeous, says Michelle. And I'm guessing you're talking about the lethal. I find too that the lethal pre-made palettes I tend to not like as much. Like I got rid of Midnight Serenade. I recently put in the Macari store Velvet Dusk. And their spellcraft palette, that's the one that had them awful shades in it that wouldn't work for me. So it seems like I don't really like their pre-made palettes as much as the BYOPs. Yeah, I did refresh my Yucca palette, and I got My Dream palette, and I refreshed my Leela. And then I have other new ones here, as I said, from sales from before. And so it's going to look like most of my Natashas are new. And part of me too was like, start the new year fresh. And Natasha's stuff lasts me a good 3 years. And so having her palettes, I'm good with her for like 2.5, 3 years. Versus, well, people keep stuff longer, and I keep stuff longer too. But if it was for my kit, then yeah, definitely I would have to rotate a lot more. I was so excited, Sister Janet, because Electrum messaged me that they restocked their liquid lipsticks and they were on sale. Oh, did you order some, Janet? Janet, I love seeing your posts on Instagram because you do those bold lip colors. Yeah, Michelle, I sent that to you because I'm like, I knew she loves my stuff. And so I wanted you to know before somebody snatched it. Somebody did snatch up my Hung Vango, the blue one. Somebody did snatch that up. So after this live tonight, I'll be going to the post office to drop that off. I already packaged that up. Tanya has 2 Macari things coming if they ever get shipped. And we're supposed to ship within 3 days. I ship within 24 hours, as long as I'm home. If I'm away somewhere, I let them know I'm away. I'll be back whatever day. But I mail stuff within 24 hours. So they bought it earlier this morning. It's going to be at the post office tonight. And it's the distribution center. And so there are people in the back working. So it may actually go out tonight from there. But yeah, they send us an email saying you made this purchase, print the shipping label. And then like the next day, they're like, don't forget to send this package. Like every day they send an email, well, to me anyway, as the seller, to mail this package out. But it does say mail it within 72 hours. If it's been longer than that, I think you should message Macari or put in for a refund or something, because then they'll message the seller. And because sometimes they mail it and don't do the thing, because we got to go back in the app and do all that. But yeah, if it's been longer than 3 days, definitely contact Macari for that, because then they'll contact the seller. Okay, Michelle. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. That includes wigs, Tanya. Good, because I was about to be like, girl, get a grip. Get a grip on them wigs. Hey, Sushi, how are you? You stopped buying Lethal because their initial multi-chromes were so bad and overpriced. I will say that some people think that their multi-chromes, and I agree, to some extent, are not boom pow like other indie brands, but because I can't wear other indie brands, and because I do like the darker side of things, like it's perfect for me. And it's all based on preference. But you think you're almost ready to buy Lethal again. I have, how many BYOPs? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 12 pans. And then, yeah, I think so. 9 12 pans. That's 108 shadows. Ooh. So what I would like to know from y'all are, to be honest, y'all, I don't think we're going to get to this look today, because I'm just like talking so much and being focused on what I'm saying. Unless y'all still just want me to just do it. But I really want us to think about, this eye is twitching, what we're spending and why. I'm also going to throw this away at the end of this year and open up my backup one, as I said, starting fresh in 2006. And I do know some people would use every bit of this, even as far as scraping it up and putting it in the middle and then like sealing it in or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to get rid of this at the end of this year. And so for the new year, a lot of my stuff is going to be just fresh. So a fresh start for fresh new year. And I'll still be in my no-buy too. So that'll be nice too, like having fresh new stuff that I know I already love starting the new year. But this is not going in Macari. This is just going in the trash because this sell it for like $2 and it'll be like $5 for shipping. Sell it for $1. It'll be free. What if I put this for free in somebody's package? They'd be like, just send me this trash. Hey, Justin. I ordered a liquid lipsticks from Electrum, but I was late, so my favorite shade was already gone. Oh, man, that sucks. And that's the thing, too. Like, some brands, if something's popular, it'll sell out quick. And, y'all, I am hawking Beauty Bay because they didn't email me back that they were working on getting the 669 palette, so they keep checking their website. And I check it. I was checking it every day until I messaged them, and they emailed me back, and now like maybe every other day. But I remember when 669 first came out, and it was only like a year ago, I think, or a year and a half ago. So it seems like it was forever ago, but it really wasn't. They sold out on Beauty Bay quick, and then they restocked and they sold out again. And on the Martine Cosmetics website, they sold out the second time. So I really feel like they're going to sell out quick again. And so I'm going to be on it. So I told my my no-buy partner, that'll be my exception. Whatever month it comes in, that'll be my exception for that month. And I don't think they have anything on their radar as an exception. And we only put in the exception just so if we do cave and buy something, we won't feel like shit, but we'll still run it by each other in process and not just automatically buy whatever that one thing is. I don't know, Justin. And I had this I opened it, label whore me here. I opened this February 24th, 2023. So I've had this for like 2.5 years. Yeah, this economy, yeah. And only because I already have a backup. Because it was on sale or something, so I purchased the second one. Justin coming for my neck, y'all. And that's what this whole thing is about as far as this live stream. And those of you who have been here with me and been here through my beauty budget updates, like y'all already know, what I'm saying, and I've said it before. So I do thank y'all for still being here to hear it. But I want us to just really y'all, money is changing. Money is changing. It's not what it used to be worth. And, I want us to be smart and not, we need food. We need to pay rent. We need to have our electric on. We need to have the heat on. We need to have our phone. Anything else we don't need. And so all it is makeup, we don't need it. We just want it. And so I want us to think, this is deep level 10, which is rosier and a little bit, I think medium level 7, when I put on first, is actually a little darker than this. So I want us to just really, really be strategic. And the stuff that I did purchase, I had already planned on purchasing. And so it's not like, oh, Natasha's sale, I'm going to get this. No, it was stuff I already planned on purchasing, except the Drunk Elephant Moisturizer. That I didn't plan on getting, but I'm like, okay, the sample is used up. And the thing is, I thought I had purchased it, but I didn't. I had purchased the cleanser. And so I did order that, and I used a $25 gift card. I used my rewards points, and so I paid less than half of what it cost, and so I did feel good about that. But I do want us to plan our purchases, like have in our mind what we want to get, and then wait for that 25% off, 30% off sale, and then get it. So we randomly pulled Pomelo Peach and Acai Sky. It's okay because I DM'd her and she plans to restock that. Okay, good. I mean, what really is the expiration date on these products? Months, years? One of the things I love about House Labs bronzers, blushes, and highlighters, the PAO is 24 months. And so what that means is it should be good for at least 24 months after you open it. But I reached 24 months on this February 24th this year, and we're at the end of November this year. And so some stuff does expire, like you have a lipstick and it starts to smell different, and it's just like, what is this? Is this shit in the tube? Or or something like this that is past the PAO, but it's still good and I can still use it in my face, not, break out. And so it depends on the product, depends on the person's skin. I have sensitive skin, so that's why I pay attention to stuff like that. For mascaras, I will use it past the time, but if I use it and it irritates my eyes, I'm like, okay, that's trash. This is a brand new brow pencil because I used up the last one. I do use up brow pencils. I do use up liners for my inner rims and lower lash line. I never finish a lipstick. They turn before I use them, but then I'll have them for like 2, 3, 4 years though. So I do use stuff. Grace says it's usually 6 to 12 months as a standard, depending on what kind of product. I do know those clean beauty products, them suckers go bad fast because there's no preservatives in them. Give me the preservatives and let me keep something for 1 year to 2 years instead of it going bad in 6 months and then I got to keep rebuying it, which means I'm spending more money. I think it's a gimmick. Let me know what y'all think about that. You haven't put on your heat since 2021. Mine's is on. They came and fixed it. It's on... It's either on 69 or 71. I put it down at like 67 when I go to bed because I'm under blankets. And it usually stays where it says it's 71 in here, even though it's set for like 67 or 69. And I think some of that might be my neighbor's heat I'm getting from his apartment downstairs. Hey, Janessa, you finally made it. Awesome. They working you today. Whew. I'm excited for your 3-day weekend. And so we're going to put on the side sky first. This is a beautiful shade, but y'all saw how light I need to go with my pasty POC self. I think my complexion is honey brown. What was it? I think it's honey brown. Yeah, I was really looking at different, this website broke down like POC complexions. And they gave examples of like each one and pictures. I don't know why that's so important to me to like know what color I am. Because I do know I mix with stuff, but I'm just tripping because I really thought I was tan. So here's a question. Yeah, give me the preservatives. I paid $40. That's right, Justin. Spending $40 for something and it starts smelling stank in 3 months. Hell no. No, give me the preservatives. Did you see The Last Dairy? And that's on HBO, I think, right, y'all? Yes, I'm not even. I'll wait till it gets to Tubi or something like that. I'm not paying for that. And T-Mobile is paying for my Netflix. Yeah, you did talk about that Skinny for Smacking in one of your videos or lives or something, Janessa, that you weren't feeling it and you were just like trying to get through it, hoping it gets better. I work tomorrow, then I'm off. Yes, I'm excited that you'll be off. Laughing at Grace's comment. So here's a question for y'all. What is something that you do? So that's all we're doing with this ice sky. Y'all see how dark this is. I just went light because I'm light. What is something that y'all are doing? Oh, okay, wait. Are we supposed to come up with a name for my foundation shade? No. Members are supposed to be coming up with a name for this organism that lives in my throat. Yeah, name for this. And maybe we'll talk about that Sunday too, but I'll need to write that down so I don't forget. I do have my notepad over here. And I have the gems for you and the other Michelle's looks. This is a problem I have with a lot of these newer shows, which is short seasons. They try to squeeze too much in and it feels cluttered. You were caught off guard with anything. Okay, so let me skip a page. No, you know what, because that's coming up Sunday. So it seems like it's going to be 8 o'clock Sunday night for our members only live. Name for a throat organism. Y'all, I was in the kitchen and organism. I was in the kitchen and I was throwing something away. I promise y'all I'm getting to the end of my sentence. Just doing too many things at one time. And and I actually have the new one sitting under my YouTube notebook. Y'all, I've been using that YouTube blanket. It is nice. I was putting something away, and I went like this, and I saw like a black thing hanging. So I thought it was a piece of lint. So I went like this, and I opened my hand. It started moving. It was a teeny tiny spider. So I was like, and it fell on the floor, started crawling. I said, oh, y'all know stuff don't live in here but me. So I'm like, oh no. But it was so freaking tiny. But I killed it. This is Pamela Peach. Hey, Eden, how are you? I'm watching Beast Within Me right now. And anyone else have not heard of that? What platform is that on, Janet? I saw that twist coming up. Yeah, we know when stuff. Yeah, I be watching stuff like, why are they? Then I'm like, it's in the script. It's in the script. It's in the script. So what's something that y'all do to help? What is a way that, or something you guys do to analyze what you want to buy and why? What are some ways that you guys? What are some things that you, I know I'm convoluted, I apologize. What are some things that y'all do to not buy so much? Whether it's your thought process, whether it's just keeping it on file in the back of your mind and waiting for a sale, or when you see a sale, you just go for it even if you didn't intend on buying it. Like what's something, thank you, like, hey, what's something that y'all do to prevent impulse buying? Let's do that. You've never heard of it? I didn't either. And when I saw The Beast Within, oh, you know what? I have Netflix. Y'all just was saying T-Mobile pays my Netflix. So this is Pamela Peach, very, very light. Very, very light. So even with the side sky here, because y'all know I like that gradient. So we have a dark shade back here and a light one up here. When I read The Beast Within in your comment, Janet, I thought of the Beast from, what was that movie? Was it Glass or something like that? One of those M. Night Shyamalan movies. Split. I thought about the movie Split. Because he was like, the Beast. The Beast. This is so cute. You like this, Tanya? She's going to be like, more blush. If I ever manage to stop an impulse buy, I'll let you know. Oh, Janessa, no. No. I'm glad you're doing good, Eden. You're at work on your lunch break. Eden, what time zone are you in? I'm Eastern. And so right now it's, I can't even see the clock from here. Almost 9 o'clock p.m. here. What time zone? I randomly pulled raw amber. What time zone are you in? And I do know people work different shifts, and so even if you were like 3 to 11 shift East Coast, it still would be like your lunchtime. Janessa, no. You know what, too, Janessa? I was thinking, like, I'm not going to be able to get a wig for our collab. Oh, speaking of our collabs, Janessa and I have scheduled our 3 collabs for December. One is going to be on my channel, the one where, and I think it's for the 8th of this month, we're going to be switching aesthetics. And I don't have a wig, and I'm on a no-buy start at midnight, so no wig for me unless somebody sends me a wig. And I hope that my scalp don't break out in the boils and rashes and hives. And the other 2 are going to be on Janessa's website. She did already schedule those. They're going to be a lot of fun. One of them is Jim and the Holograms. I had to Google it. I had never heard of that. I was like, what's she talking about? So those, she did schedule those, and I forget what the other one was. Oh, we're doing winter ween, and that's going to be the week of Halloween, and they're going to be on, I think, Tuesdays or Mondays, and it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Central time. So it's going to be an hour later than my usual ones, but those 2 are going to be on her channel, and I am excited. So the winter ween, a Halloween look in the winter time, and it'll be the week of Christmas for those who want something spooky for Christmas. And so I'm super excited for those collabs. So Eden, you impulse buy too? No. Eden, are you participating in you're in New Zealand. I heard it is so pretty there. And I met a few people from New Zealand when I was at conferences and they were presenting a class or whatever, and they were so friendly. I'm like, I want to visit over there. Because everybody I've met, even though it's only been a handful of people, they were just so friendly and so welcoming. And I'm like, wow, like it's not like that here in the United States. People here, phew, sad to say, but ugh. So it's 2:52 Tuesday. Wow. So well, for me, you're in the future. You're tomorrow afternoon for me. That is so awesome. I'm glad you're here because it reminds me that wherever we are in the world, we're here in this one time in this same space at the same time, but yet we're in different places at different times. And so it's kind of trippy, but I love it. And I do be telling my clan, Crazy Troll Nation is worldwide, and you're proof of that. And somebody here before was from, where were they from? Somewhere. And it always just warms my heart. So well, you're in New Zealand, but if here in the United States, they're doing a mass blackout. No buying anything from November 25th to December 2nd. Janet says, if there's something I know I wanted before, I will consider during a sale if I still want it. Yes, because sometimes delaying on gratification, after a while, it'd be like, because at first it's like, oh my gosh, I want to get such and such, such and such. And then we wait, and then it's like, why did I want that? Or it's like, or we become indifferent about it. Tanya said, Olag says, sometimes I remember and focus my goal, then think to myself, reach this goal, then you can buy that stuff. Yeah. I'm more of just think about why I want it. Is it going to add anything different to my stash? How realistic is it that I'm going to use it on a regular basis? So it's like just these little random questions. And also waiting for a sale. But then sometimes the sale comes and I'm like, I don't even want it no more, like you were saying, Janet. Yeah. So delaying gratification for me helps a lot, especially if it's just a fleeting thing. But if it's something that I know I want, like I know I want 669. Like I'm going to get it, period. Like that I know for sure. But like other stuff, I'm like, Tanya says, I try to wait for sales or find something comparable that doesn't cost as much or just go without. Tanya, you know I love you. Tanya, you be looking for sales though. That's the thing. You'll be like, oh, I saw this on QVC. That didn't just pop up. You went to the QVC website. I'm saying this in love because you do get good deals, but you be looking for the deals though. That's the thing. And so you're saying that you wait for sales. Like, do you really, or do you? Because it seems like, and please correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not coming for you like in a bad sense. We trolls and we just hold each other accountable. Like, do you really be waiting for the sales or do you be looking for the sales? Because it does seem like you look for the sales. And then you're like, I couldn't pass up the price. And I'd be like, well, you was looking for it. But it's good that it's on sale though. Like for real, for real. And comparable stuff to me is never comparable. When people say, oh, this is a dupe, it's a dupe. It is never, ever, ever a dupe for me. Not ever. In the history of me trying stuff that's dupes, it is never a dupe for me. Like not ever. Not ever. And so I don't know what that feels like. Because I know Grace does a lot of dupe stuff and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, that is amazing for y'all, but I know it's not going to work for me. And so I'm just like stuck with Drunk Elephant astronomical prices. And then it's astronomical prices and waiting for a 25%, 30, 35% sale and gift cards, to make it not feel like they raw dogging with no lube. You know what I mean? But, and my skin wants to be bougie. But it's not luxury bougie because there's like skincare products that's like 200 something, 300 something dollars a bottle. I'm like, so I'm not bougie that way. My skin is mid-grade bougie, like close to $100 product bougie. For me, in the moment for new releases, says Janet, I decide if I will buy or not beforehand. And I know I have the luxury because of my sensitive skin of being immune to indie brand new releases because chances are it's pressed pigments and I can't use it. So I see that stuff and I'm just like, Eden is not nearby. Yeah, Eden, yeah, she's in tomorrow for us here in the United States. Yeah, she's tomorrow afternoon for us, Janet. She's in the future. Yeah. I have heard wonderful things about New Zealand, and I do want to visit, but I'm scared to travel because I'm like, are they going to let me back in the country? As if I really want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, am I going to get detained? And I don't know nobody's phone number by heart. Like, I would just be out there somewhere. Like when Abrego was detained, people was on it. Like his wife, the lawyers. I wouldn't have even known nobody's number to call nobody for them to know where I was. Never heard of Jim. Jim is outrageous. I had never heard of Jim. Let me back up. For makeup, I look at my makeup capsule, and if the new product won't fit, I either not buy it till I use up something or declutter in order to buy it. Let me read that again. Okay, seeing if something will fit. Fit space-wise or fit aesthetic-wise? And I do have a habit of, before I run out of something, buy a backup. Just like this, this. I have like 2 more. I go through these in like 4 months. And so I think I have like 3 more in my backups, which is like a year's worth of brow pencil for me. Because I do go through those in like 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I had never heard of Jim either. Because when Janessa at first said Jim and a hologram collab, I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, I don't even know what that is. So it was just like 2 days ago when I Googled it. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, on Mondays is our collab. Yeah, I am so excited. I am so excited. When I feel I haven't brought makeup in a while, I'll place an order on Look Healthy Store or C Beauty Mall. I don't think I've heard of C Beauty Mall or Look Healthy Store either, for that matter. And this is another reason I like this, is because we introduce each other to new sites and to new products too. Hey, wonderful Joe. Excuse me. I try to get better with my impulse buying. I used to have a really bad habit, Eden, of sleepy shopping. I wake up every 90 minutes or so, and there would be times when, like, I'm checking emails, and I'm like, oh, look at that. And then I'd buy it, and then, like, later on in the evening when I get up, I'm looking through my emails and like, wait, there's an order confirmation. Like, what did I buy? So I am a lot better with that, with not sleepy shopping. But I used to be like, what did I do? And I keep telling myself I'm going to stop replying to messages until I am up out of bed and alert. Because I'll be replying to emails, I'll be, replying to messages. And sometimes what I'm saying is a little off, or it's off the mark of what the person said. And then when I look at it later, I'll be like, girl, that is not what that was about. But I still be checking my messages. And then sometimes I will wait, but then sometimes I'm just like, let me just answer real quick. Tanya said, I think I went so long not buying anything, I went a little nuts. But the void has been filled. Okay, Tanya. Tanya, if you would like for me to be your accountability partner for shopping, I will gladly do that. Are you on Instagram much? Because I think I messaged you like a while ago on Instagram and never heard anything back. So I kind of felt like that you're not. But if you want me to be your accountability partner, if you think to buy something, message me. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. Just named a few, says Lock, but I have many processes on deciding on purchases. Yeah. With that said, I do have moments I impulse buy. Yeah. Yeah. What did I impulse buy? I know it was something. I'm not going to say the Hung Vango stuff because I already knew I was getting his stuff. But I did go crazy in like 2 days. The Beauty Bait, nope, they didn't stock it yet. I checked earlier today. So that'll be my impulse. That'll be my exemption for this month if it's stocked this month. If not, that'll be my exemption for December for the no buy. But no, they haven't stocked it yet. And it was just released on the 17th on the Martine Cosmetics website. So it is fairly new. I'm just hoping it's not going to rip me a new one with whatever, because they're going to factor in the customs and all of that into the price, which I like. So there won't be, or should not be, any last minute like, oh, you owe UPS like $280 or whatever. Only Tanya, I thought she was talking about me. Well, it could be you too, Joe. It could be all y'all, because I will be asking y'all questions. Just don't be sensitive. If y'all sensitive, don't have me for an accountability partner, because I'll be like, excuse me, Miss Ma'am. Tanya says, like the Lawless Foundation, I wanted to try it. So I looked for it at different places and chose the best buy. I got the foundation and a brush for $54 and the foundation $47 alone. So I like that. Yes. And Tanya do be breaking down like how much stuff would cost versus what she paid. She is good for that. We're not going to do these eye looks, y'all. Unless y'all, yeah, because we've been here an hour already. But I really just want us to think about our spending. And when I titled this how to spend wisely, I'm like, they already heard all of this already. And so because I'm going to be on a no buy, there will be no monthly beauty budget updates because I won't be buying anything. I think that's definitely one of the changes in monthly content, at least for the next 3 months, because I won't be buying anything. So there won't be no beauty budget updates. So, but we'll figure out in our live streams Sunday, members only live stream Sunday, like what are we going to do? Like what's going to go in that slot? And I think we're doing our palette roundup next week as well. Let me move this mirror because it's casting a glare. As far as impulse buy, says Janet, I have some serious willpower. So now that I have the freedom to just buy, I have to talk myself into buying things. That's a good thing. That orb you see right there, that's from this mirror. This mirror. So no, there's nothing in here but me and maybe a random spider or two. I'm not going to get detained. I really don't think so, but I'm just... This administration got me shook. I don't think my family went on their regular trips this year because in April they usually go to St. Martin, and then later in the summer they go to, I think, Ghana. But I don't think they went this year because I remember they were talking about the prices for the St. Martin trip. So I don't know if they went or not. And I didn't hear anything about the Ghana trip. So I don't think they went there this year either because of the flight prices and all of that stuff. Yeah, and I'm the opposite. I have to talk myself out of buying it, but it's usually something that I know I can. It's not a big deal, but it's just one of those sleepy moments or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, it's like when I was a kid, when TV would go off, like all the stations would go off at a certain time, but late at night they would have those infomercials. Everything looks good at 3 a.m. on TV. It'd be the most crappiest thing, but it's like, oh, that looks good. Let me order that. That's how it is when I'm sleepy shopping. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so amazing. And then the next day I'll look at it again and be like, I really was looking at that? Like, ew. Okay, Eden, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that so much. We got New Zealand was in the house. Okay, Locke. Space-wise. Okay. And I did reorganize my palettes, and I posted a picture, and I love it this way. So instead of that tall black mesh thing, and that came in handy too, because all of them packs of sponges that Janessa sent, there's 5 packs of sponges. I'm looking at it right now. They all fit in there perfectly. But now that I have a black mesh thing that's about this tall, and it's maybe like this wide, all of my palettes almost fit in there. And then one of the trays where I had like my blushes and highlighters, that fit the other palettes. And so everything is, yeah, if I get anything, I'm going to have to like rearrange stuff. And so I like it because it's not as tall. And so the palettes that didn't fit in there, these are my Beauty Bio patches, are these. This is my backup of Groundwork. So these are 2 Spellcast Beauties. Actually, all 3 of these are. And my 2 Esoms. And so these are what didn't fit. But I like how they just, it's nice and sleek. You see what I'm saying? And so I really like how it looks better. And it gives me more space up here as well. And on the side, there's more space. And these lashes are up here. And so I do like that a lot better. And so that's something too, Locke, that I'll be considering is if I get anything, like, is it going to fit? And I remember saying I am not going to buy more storage. And even though I did buy that mesh container, it was to replace something else. So it wasn't additional storage. It was just to rearrange stuff. And I have these two brushes here that I keep saying I'm going to get rid of. The F48 soft coverage. This one I need to wash again because it's stained. This one, it looks like why am I looking here and I can just look right here? But I did wash them both, but I need to wash this again to see if I can get that out of here. I just don't like these for foundation because it's hard for me to clean, to squeeze out the soap and water. But they are really great for cream products, though, and for foundation. But I just don't like the cleaning process. Hey, Haywood. You always make me laugh. Like, hey, sugar. Hey, boo. Oh, okay, Jadessa. Should I get a bald cap too? Because my concern, I am going to use it. Whatever you send, I am going to use it. But I was thinking, like, am I going to break out in hives on my scalp? Because I know my skin is sensitive. I was going to cut my hair this morning before I went to sleep, and then a migraine started forming. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm with all that noise buzzing. So I didn't cut my hair this morning, as y'all could tell. So next time y'all see me, my scalp is going to look very, very white. Except the edges be dark, which is weird as hell. But... And this is a gray patch, and that's a gray patch. These are family of grays. But yeah, my scalp is like white. Thank you. Should be here Wednesday. Ooh, I'm excited. Because I was looking at Tanya's video, like, maybe I just go to the beauty supply store and get a wig. But I'm like, that wouldn't do. Because that's not the kind of wig I need. I need the wig, not the wig. But I did think about it. And I'm like, if I'm going to do it, today is the day, because tomorrow the nobody starts and the blackout starts. When I am tired, I am disconnected, even though I still communicate. Yeah. I suspect Tanya is not on IG much, since I messaged her about the live. Yeah, I don't think she's on there much either. But I am there for those of you who would like an accountability partner. But I will tell you this, if you're not serious, don't ask me to be your accountability partner. I had one before, and it was something I wanted to get. This was years ago. And I'm like, oh, I really want this palette, da-da-da. She's like, oh, girl, go ahead and get it, because I just bought 3 palettes yesterday. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because she ain't even mentioned to me as her accountability partner for I know by that she was buying these things. And she done bought 3 palettes. And she's telling me, girl, go ahead and get it, because I got this and that. And I'm like, okay, this ain't going to work. That was the last time that was my accountability partner, because I'm just like, yeah, she was just, oh, this new collection came and it's indie, so they're going to sell out. So this and so that, and so blah blah blah. And I'm just like, girl, why are you want to know about it? Because you're not. So if you are serious about being on a no-buy and wanting to be held accountable, I will do that. But you need to be serious, because if you're not, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Because I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions. Not a lot, but a few. But you might be like, okay, she's asking me these questions I don't want to think about. Okay, Michelle. Okay. Hey, Dawn. Maybe since you're buying, you can say what you would have purchased and then the breakdown of the money you saved by being on the no-buy. That could replace the beauty spend breakdown. I thought about that a while ago, and that, before I was doing the, what were those video series I was doing? When it was like, when I would sell stuff on Instagram, and I would do a video about the different sales. Because the thing about doing a video about what I would have purchased, y'all know I don't buy a lot of stuff. So no shocker that I'm not buying whatever it is I'm not buying. You know what I mean? And so it's not much I would purchase. Because even the new Lethal palette, I was just like, okay, that's not that cute to me. Like, no. I'm still waiting, though. I forgot till just now. When Natasha, when she comes out with a Gloom palette, chances are I'm going to get it. I didn't get the mini one, the 5-pan one, but I do like that color story. It does look to be along the lines of the Yucca palette or Yucca palette, however you pronounce it. But that is something in the back of my mind that chances are I am going to want to get it, unless it's really light colors. But then you never know, I still might, I don't know. And so I don't get a lot of stuff. And so to do a video on what I would purchase if I wasn't on a no-buy, chances are I wouldn't have bought it anyway. And so, And that's why my Sephora recommendation was a short. My recommendation was don't shop to sell. And people have like hour-long videos on what they recommend. No. If you feel like you have to get something, y'all know my staples. House Labs Blush Bronzer Highlighter. Fenty Foundation and Primer and a brow pencil. MAC eye pencils. And you get better deals on the website than Sephora. So I was like, don't shop to sell. So, Dion, your spouse is from MX. Mexico? Is that MX? You will not get detained, plus you serve the country. Yeah, but they wouldn't know that till afterwards because they were detaining citizens of the United States until they did the background work and was like, oh, yeah, they're a citizen. What do? Oh, she came in and took the spot. Oh, Janet is number one. Oh, okay. I just realized the chart is showing your, yeah, not the real names anymore. Yeah, it started doing that the other day. Just going through the comments. So what's something else that some of y'all do to prevent yourself from buying? Let's help each other out. So y'all know what I do. Someone found Pat McGrath at CVS. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos of that, or was it shorts? I think it was shorts. Yeah, mine didn't have nothing. I looked, and they were saying it wasn't on the wall where the makeup stuff is. They were saying it was like where the perfumes were, so it was like down the aisle and on a regular shelf. And so last time I went, I did look. Of course, it wasn't nothing. And even before, when I was going to like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, my local ones never had Pat, but the ones like further out, like up in Wilmington, like 25, 30 minutes away, that's where I was finding the Pat stuff. But I don't want to drive that far just to see because I don't use a lot of Pat anyway. And the only thing I have left from Pat is my Subversive Mothership. But I would, if I saw it, I would buy it just to sell it on Macari or somewhere. And it's not that they fall in. What happens is, Tanya, is that there's stores that will buy product from brands. And when it doesn't sell the way they think it will, or they're rotating stock, or they want to get rid of it to put something else in that space, then they sell it off even cheaper to somewhere like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, CVS, whatever. So that's how that happens. And so it's not that Pat McGrath Labs brand is sending stuff to CVS. It's whatever third party entity purchased it and it didn't sell the way they wanted, or they had overstock of it and then they sell it off. So that's what happens with that stuff. And so that's what that is. But it does say something about how well the brand is or is not selling, or maybe it's that demographic or that region, because where I live, it's not hood where I live. It's kind of it's financially conservative. Like, people buy what they need. They might buy a few things that they want, but they're not buying a lot of luxury stuff. Where up further in Wilmington, those are the bougie people. So yeah, they're going to buy the Pat and all of that stuff. So it depends on like the location. But if I did see it, I would buy something just to sell it. You haven't checked CVS yet. It says, Grace, we know you're going there, and you'll be taking us with you, filming it. Did you check out the Le Mans Gourmand sale? Years ago, I purchased some from Gourmand Girls. I didn't like it I didn't like the formula too much. And I think I'm just too used to MAC, and I think I'm too used to Natasha Denona. And so those formulas, we have a thing going on. And not that I intend to compare, but when I use something else, I'm like no. Or even like with Udenzai, like I don't like their shimmer formula. To me, it's a little gritty. You haven't been on IG in a long time, but we have text before. I keep forgetting that. Okay. So yeah, if you want me to be your accountability partner, Tanya, just text me and let me know your time frame, and I'll be on you. I love the idea of wigs, Janet. I asked for a wig every year from my parents. Nothing. I got one in North Carolina at a wig shop. The experience was bad. Wish I had others. So fun. Oh, man. Okay, good night, Michelle in makeup. Thank you for being here. Don't forget our members. Oh, wait, your thing is gone. Thank you for the brush. Somebody else sent me a brush. Thank you. Just reading comments. So anything else that y'all do, let's help each other out so we can save money, especially if it's blackout. That's starting tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're my Michelle. Okay, the other Michelle. That one time we had 3 Michelles in here. The other one was Michelle Kane, so I was calling her Miss Kane. Sephora sales coming again in December. Y'all, they out of control. You can get better deals usually on a brand website than that 20%. Yeah. Yeah, Sephora by humbug. Yeah. The only time I get something from them is if Ulta doesn't have it. I want Ulta to get House Labs, even though their stuff lasts me for like many years. But I'm just like, when stuff does break down, like, where am I going to get it from? So I do want them to go to Ulta. Something weird is going on with the live stream versus the chat, I think. Dion just now said something about Janice spells. And I feel like that was forever ago. Yeah, she's reassuring me that if I fly, I won't get detained coming back. What a fragrance at Ulta says, Dawn, better sell than... I agree. I agree with the sales. I will shop at Ulta in a minute, because then you can stack your deals too, and they'll be having point multipliers. You can use your points, and you can use your gift card, and whatever else. Sephora is stingy. Even if you have Sephora rewards points, you have to use your Sephora credit card to use the damn points. But the credit card has interest, so how am I saving money unless I pay it off before the billing cycle ends? Sephora is stingy as hell. Does anyone else chat ahead of the live stream? You're in the future, Michelle Davison. Well, shoot. I looked at the perfume, wonder if I walked far enough. I just went to the end of the aisle and I just kind of looked like that because I was just... And maybe I should have walked down the aisle, but I really doubt that it's here because the area I'm in, it wasn't even pat. It might have been a lipstick at the Marshalls near me. And the TJ Maxx, that's maybe like 10 minutes away. I assume that's when Dion reads the messages. Besides that, the flow is good. Sometimes I just look at my account against the bills I have to pay. That's a big deterrent. That's how I stop impulse buying. But also, I know you be using that buy now and pay later or declaring and stuff like that. I have never used any of those things. And even growing up when there was layaway, which was different than like declaring the stuff now or buy now and pay later now, because back in the day for layaway, you didn't get that item until you made that last payment. Where now with the buy now, pay later, you still get your product. But the thing is if you miss a payment, they will charge interest, and it may or may not show up negative on your credit report. So that's stuff they don't tell you. If you miss a payment or go into default, that's going to affect your credit score. And that's what they don't tell us. So it's like, oh, Klarna is great, and this is great, and whatever else is great, as long as you make sure you make them payments. But I never, even when I was younger, like teenage years, I never did layaway because I was like, okay, if I can't buy it now, which is the same as using a credit card, because apparently I don't have the money for it if I'm using a credit card, right? I'm like, if I couldn't afford to get it by whatever means necessary, then I just didn't get it. This brush is so soft. That's why I keep playing with it. This is the Scott Barnes number 64. CVS has wonderful sale offers and samples. Oh, hey, Chawanda, how are you? They keep sending me 40% off a full price item. And that's when I usually go and get a share bag of Skittles, which I don't be sharing it because those are like almost $7. But for 40% off, I'm like, okay, $4 for the big bag of Skittles. I'm like, I'll do that. Or I'll get a bag of chips. A bag of Doritos that might be $7, but half off might be $4, and regularly they're like $4 something. But yeah, they keep sending me the 40% off. And they're funny in the sense that I'll buy one item with the 40% off, and then the receipt will have a 30% off. So then I'll go back into the store and get something and then pay for that. And then they'll send me something like 10% off a beauty product. And I'm like, I don't buy beauty from CVS, so I'm safe. But yeah, you use a coupon, they'll send you another, it'll be another one on your receipt. I've never seen a high price brand at the drugstore. Nope. Yeah, you're right, Dawn, but prices are going up. Prices are going up. And they do. I don't know about the samples though, Tawanda, but definitely they be having them coupons, and I'll be like, ooh. Thank you for the makeup brush. That's my third makeup brush tonight, y'all. You grew up in Pennsylvania. Excuse me, sis Janet. Yeah, we were neighbors. I grew up across the bridge, and I worked in Newcastle for 10 months, and then moved to North Carolina. To me, Odin's Eye looks all the same. It does, Dawn. To me, it does too. It's like they just rearranged the color story, or one might have more mattes, and the other one might have more shimmers. But to me, they do. They look the same. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either. I know Grace loves them. Janessa loves them. I just don't care for their shimmer form. To me, it's just a little gritty. And it might be because I'm sensitive, like my skin is sensitive. So maybe that's why it feels that way to me. Okay, Janessa has to pop off to the grocery store. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited Mama's coming. Give her a hug for me. Wishing you well, says Janet. To Janessa and Mama Champagne. This brush is so freaking soft. Yeah, I'm not going to do these looks because we're kind of just hanging out. And I really was going to do the looks, but I'm not because we'd be here for like another freaking hour. It's the shapes for me, and that's that there's always a pretty pink, a blue, and a green. Yeah. Yeah. What does your phone keep changing, Dawn? Our names layaway, you forgot what you had, so it was like Christmas. I never did layaway, like never. And that pay now stuff, I'm like, no. Because too, if I'm buying something, just take my money now and give me my product instead of like with the pay now stuff. Sometimes it's like every 2 months they take the money out of your account or whatever. No, just take the payment, give me my stuff, and we done. I don't like loose ends. I rarely use the buy now pay later for makeup, says Tanya. I do use Easy Pay or Flex Pay if I shop QVC or HSN or the Shop Pay. I don't use none of those. None of them. I don't use Easy Pay, Flex Pay. Y'all just buy it. Code 3 layaway. Code 3 layaway. That was Kmart. Oh man, our Kmart was like it was like a thrift store. It was awful, and it was always dirty in there. The floors was always sticky. I'm like, why are the floors sticky? Like, what the hell is happening in here? But then they finally closed down years ago. Yeah, the transparency of credit cards is awful. Yeah, it is. It is, Janet. I agree. Layaway was used for Christmas, yeah, when I was a kid. And I don't remember anybody in my family ever using layaway either. It was like either we had it or we didn't. And it was like, okay, we can't afford to get it today. We just ain't going to get it. I told them I had to pay Santa. Although Santa's rule for those who still believe. Yeah, so is the Wizard of Oz and the Emperor's New Clothes. Someday we will meet, which is cool. Hope we can coordinate with our different sleep schedules. That I am looking forward to that, Janet. I really am. And I always have Mountain Dew. So have Mountain Dew, I will travel. Because every time I've met someone, I've had to get up, which I don't mind because I do want to meet the person. So I'll just have Mountain Dew with me. Your phone kept changing, Janet to Janie. Oh, when you were typing it? Janet and Janie. I responded to one of Janessa's comments today, and she commented back, and that's what took me back to it. And I had put Jabessa. So I did edit and take the B out and put it in, but that was me typing in my sleep. The smell of popcorn and cheap shoes is forever your memory of Kmart. That store was like a thrift store. It was just so dirty in there. And I'm just like, do they ever clean? And then I'm like, why are the floors sticky? Like, and it wasn't like it was the snack aisle or like where they have the sodas. So like somebody might have opened something and spilled it. So it's like, why is it sticky over here in the clothing department? Like, it was just disgusting. Like, what are y'all doing over here? Y'all doing the cocky stuff over here? Like, what's happening? But yes, Janet, I am looking forward to us meeting. Because you're going to be so close, a lot closer than where you are now. And Lynette, she doesn't live close at all, but she has a family member that lives not far from me. So I'm like, well, when you come see your family, let me know. And so she did. She had texted me one day. Because then you say things and you're like, okay, or do they know that I'm really serious? So I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. And then one day she texted me. She's like, oh, I'm going to be, I'm visiting so-and-so in my family such and such a day. Are you free? I'm like, I will be free. And so I was like, oh, shit, okay, meet Lynette. And so I got up, had my Mountain Dew. We met at Bahama Breeze. Y'all, she is so friggin' cool, y'all. This brush feels so good. She is so fucking cool. Because I was wondering, like, because sometimes people say things and then it had been like a while. And she just texted me one day, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be down there. I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, Suki, I'm gonna really be there. That was really exciting. And so I'm waiting for her to come back to visit that family member again so I could hang out with her again. That was really cool. You worked at Kmart for 3 months, says Tanya, right when they started closing down. People that don't put stuff back or refold items that we're looking at tick me off. When I used to work, geez, this is probably when I was like 18. I was working at Macy's for the holiday season, and my job was to refold stuff on the tables all friggin' day long. Well, whatever hours my shift was, that was my job. Refolding clothes on the tables. The shirts, the pants, the sweaters. That was my job, refolding stuff. So I would go from like table to table, just refolding stuff my entire shift. Take a break, come back. Because people just open up stuff and they just leave it. Open up, okay, and they just throw it to the side. And for me, like even at Five Below, if I open up a shirt, I will fold it back like it was and put it back. I don't just, because I know what that felt like. I'm just refolding stuff that these grown ass people didn't have the common courtesy to put back how they found it. But that was my job. Go from table to table, refolding stuff my entire shift. That was my job. Just like grocery stores. Some of the jobs are you go get the carts. That's their job. To keep going out and bringing the carts back. I'm like, that is an actual job. That's their job to get the carts. My job was to refold clothes my entire shift. It was ridiculous. I remember people doing that at Forever 21. Y'all been annoying me. That was my job. I loathe people that leave things in the freezer that don't belong there or perishables left out. Exactly. You got this from the freezer and it's over in the bread aisle. What? So when I would see stuff, I would take it to customer service, and I'm like, well, this was over with the bread. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you. They're like, we'll write it off and throw it away. Because it's like, how long has it been sitting there? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I always put stuff back how I found it. And even if I'm at the register and I decide not to get something, I'll say, you know what, I'm not going to get that. Or if it says like it's on sale and it's really not, I'll say, would you like me to take it back? And they're like, no, we'll have somebody take it back. I'm like, are you sure? Because yeah, people are just inconsiderate. I always fold stuff back just the way it was, put it back. Even if Five Below, fold stuff back. I worked as a cook in my youth at a fine dining French restaurant. Can you imagine? I can imagine. Your pet peeve is wasting food. Yeah. How you gonna put something frozen over in a bread aisle? Just take the shit back. And stop letting your kids pick up everything and just, okay, let's not get on it. So what's something else y'all do to prevent yourself from overspending or overconsumption? Which is why we're here. This brush y'all is so soft. I'm just like, everything is blended really nice. And I'm still just with this brush. And so no more beauty budget updates for 3 months because I will not be shopping. Look at you, Janet. Do you still cook French cuisine at home? I can't picture that, Janet. I'm gonna tell y'all something I like about knowing people of different ethnicities. Like I learn a lot, and also I'm exposed to a lot. When I dated the English mutt, he introduced me to Penzies, and to this day I'm a Penzie. So, and how many years ago was that when I was with him? You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting to me, like just learning about someone else's life and just, how different it was from mine and the different experiences. Like I ain't never go nowhere and cook French cuisine, but I find that just very interesting. And so in a way, I'm kind of living through some of you, like through your experiences and the things that you tell me about. And I really love that. And I love that we're so diverse. The Crazy Troll Nation is so diverse. This brush feels so good. I was going to ask Michelle, do she have this one? But she left. This is a 64. So either her or Joe has this brush from when I did the Scott Barnes brush giveaway. Hell, take your kids with you to shop. You will get what you need and maybe forget some stuff you should have got just to get the hell out of there quickly. No time to impulse buy. You fired, boo. Who fired? I can't be fired. I was refolding stuff that customers left unfolded. Haywood, what's something you do to not overconsume, to not overpurchase, to not impulse buy? And so I asked myself a series of questions. My accountability partner, even when we're not like officially in a no buy, we do sometimes still tend to run stuff by each other because we just know how we are. And so if I say, oh, I'm thinking about getting this, they'll be like, why do you want it? Or if they say they're getting something, I'm like, well, do you have something like it? Like, it's just what we do, which is really kind of cool. Janice says, I have always had a knack for food flavor and presentation. I'm not a foodie and perhaps have some diagnosed conditions. I see it as artistic. I don't consider myself a foodie, but one of my uncles, actually the one that passed away a couple years ago, whose obituary is still on the side of my refrigerator, so I see him every day. He told me I eat with my eyes. Excuse me for snacking. Shawanda, you shop deals offered at the supermarket as instructed by a shopper. Yeah. I was annoyed at first when they started doing those digital coupons because I'm like, I don't always want to be on my phone. I just want to go in and shop. And maybe I'm just old school because I'm over 50. Like, just send me the booklet. I cut out the coupons I want and I go to the store. But then it's like they'll have a coupon, okay, 2 for $5. But the digital coupon might be 3 for $5. So I'm just like, these motherfuckers really want me to do this digital thing. And so, yeah, I do the digital thing because it is a better deal. But I just don't like having all them apps on my phone. And I think that's just because I'm older, too. Shopping was so much simpler back then. I love how the food is presented, but I need a portion, not a taste. Yeah. Shop deals. Yeah, and I like that BJ's does have coupons, but most of theirs now are digital as well. But if it is something that I do usually buy, I will download the digital coupon, and then I'll take the paper coupon if there is one, and then I'll get 2 because then I'll get the discount on both of them. But so yeah, so one more thing, y'all, and then we can be out of here. So let's just help each other out. Not shopping too much, especially the blackout starts tomorrow for a week, which does not mean go ham tonight on your laptop purchasing a bunch of stuff, and it does not mean go ham buying a lot of stuff on December 3rd, because I've heard people say, oh, I'm going on a no buy next month, so this month I'm buying extra stuff. That defeats the purpose. The purpose is to spend less money, period, not to buy more now because you're not going to shop for a month, because then what's the point? You might as well just shop the next month. Or they'll say, oh, yeah, my no buy ended yesterday, so I'm going to buy blah, 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 blah. What was the point? Like, what did you learn? Okay, they just did it to say they did it. The purpose for me is to learn something, to think more critically about my purchases and what I'm spending, and not just buying it just because. Like, buy it because, like, moisturizer. I do like that moisturizer, and I didn't have another one, so I ordered another one because I'm going to use it. That type of thing. Not, oh, well, yeah, I'm not going to buy skincare for 3 months, and so let me just buy a backup of all the trillion skincare items I use. I do use a lot of skincare products. And so when I hear people say that, I'm going to no buy, so I'm going to buy, all of this stuff today, I'm just like, that defeats the purpose. The purpose is to save money and to think more about why you're buying what you're buying, why you're spending what you're spending. I love that I can add a coupon to my account. It's available at checkout. I don't want to be thumbing through coupons at the register or walking through the store. Yeah. And the CVS one, it goes onto your little card thing. The store employee will guide the individual on how to look for deals. Whole Foods employees are the best. Yeah, lady at BJ's did that. She was like, because what I do, if I know I'm going shopping at BJ's, I'll put stuff in my cart. So at least I will see and know like how much the order's going to be. And if there's coupons, I can just do the digital coupon. But one of the employees was saying, even doing that, she said, when you're here at the store, she said, look it up again because sometimes the price might be different. And I'm like, oh, because we know they change prices sometimes every week. But yeah, she was very insightful for that. The store employee, yeah. All right, y'all, I think we're good. So just to kind of wrap up with what my brain remembers that we do to not spend so much, or to kind of curb our spending, or to be more strategic with our spending, is Do we have the space for it, like the physical space, without stacking stuff up and it looks cluttered like a bunch of junk? Do we have the physical space for it? Is it going to add something to what we already have? Is it a different color story? Or, is it just a different formula we want to try? Do we just want to try this new brand because of whatever reason? And that's okay too. Or do we want it because the packaging is pretty? The color story is like whatever, but the packaging is pretty. Is it on sale? If it is something I want, am I looking for sales? Am I looking for codes? Am I looking for coupons? Is there a point multiplier event? And not just buying stuff just because. And so those are some of the things that we talked about, what we do. And I am a fan of having an accountability partner who we tend to ask ourselves the same questions that we ask each other. I seem to miscalculate how long it takes me to finish a product. I use a product a lot and I think I'm about to use it up. Proceed to buy it back up, then the current one takes forever to be done. Yeah, that's how I kind of felt almost with this right here. And then with trying a new brand and a new product, it's like, is it going to turn fast? Like, we don't know like how the product really performs in the long run. So that's the thing too. Is how long am I really going to be using this thing? But I do know over time, perfect example, the Fenty Brow Pencil. I use this up in like 4 months. And so if there's a sale, I'll get like 3. So that'll last me for the year. And so just certain things I've learned that, I use up. I use up the Fenty stuff. I opened this October 5th, label for me here. This primer is down to here. And I just started using this. Damn, what? Wait, October 5th? October 5th, 10/5/2025. And I'm down to here. You see how it's light here and then it's darker? So I used half of this in a month? Damn. And that's another reason I like my labels. This is the foundation. Opened it the same day, October 5th, and the foundation is here. And what I noticed, the luminizing foundation from Fenty is a thicker formula than the soft matte one. And so I used 2 pumps of this, which is why this is down to here. And 1 pump of the foundation, this is down to here. And so your labels do help me track, like, how quick do I use this thing? Damn, I've only been using this for a month. This sucker is down to here. I don't know if you can see the difference in how it looks. This is down to here. I opened this October 5th. Today is November 24th. And I done used half the damn bottle. Damn. I have a backup though. That is crazy. You need to label your products more. Is Chawanda leaving? Wait a minute. Let me back up a little bit and then we're going to go, y'all. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, we're a talkative bunch. We are a talkative bunch here. We are. And I love it. For me in live streams, the interaction is the best part. Some people, they say for them the best part is not having to edit. My best part is just being able to like talk to y'all, read your comments, and we have our conversations. Like, I just love it. Thank you for the hearts. I seem to miscalculate how, yeah, okay, I read that one. Yeah, and I do hope you come back. Thank you so much for being here. Like, we really do appreciate you. You're doing this happening all the time. That's why I used to gauge the space when my spouse says we could buy a bigger house. Such an enabler. And me, I'm trying to downsize because I used to be in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I stayed there for 2 years, and then I moved over here. Oh, thank you for sending the gift, Yolanda. I appreciate it. And then I realized it was space I wasn't using, and so I downsized to a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. So I'm like, why am I paying for space I'm not using? House Slash Bronzer is on that list for me. I'm staring at it and it's staring back at me like I ain't going nowhere. So which shade is it that's on your list? Not that I have one to send you, because my only backup one is medium level 7. Because all the other ones, like when did I open these? Oh, what? I opened this one, deep level 10, December 28, 2023. So almost 2 years. And it is a dip in there, but that's not a lot for 2 years. Y'all, these products, because you don't need a lot. You do not need a lot. And her highlighters are 18 months, which is curious. But this is past the PAO. I opened this April 5th, 2024. The PAO was October 5th, 2025. And I just barely just destroyed the H in the middle. Good stuff do be lasting a long time. But yeah, I like that her stuff is 24-month PAO. But yeah, it is interesting. Like when I look at the time frame, I'm like, damn, like I had that 2 years. It don't even look like it. And y'all see, I be using them almost every video, but the stuff just be lasting. And you only need a little bit. I find that when something is good quality, like I do need less of it. Like when I had drugstores, and I'm not down in drugstore because some drugstore brands is really good, but I would need like a whole lot of blush, a whole lot of blush, a whole lot of blush. Where this one, you saw, I just tap, 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 and that was it, and the color is there. So it does last longer for me, so it is worth the price for me, but also my skin doesn't break out. Oh, thank you, Chawanda. And I only keep going like this because this brush is so soft. So I'm just sitting here. Thank you. Yes, shout out to Chawanda for the gift. Thank you so much. You sent something else? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. We're here every Monday and Thursday, and sometimes on Tuesdays too. And also for members, sometimes we do like a member exclusive live stream too. And I have videos that's going up during the week. So in other words, Shawanda, like I'm always here somewhere doing something. So feel free to subscribe and then come back and visit us. I know when I think of a bigger space, I think of how much work to clean. Exactly, y'all. And I don't clean. I spot clean. Keep in mind, I'm a disabled veteran, so a lot of stuff I'm just like, I cannot get on my hands and knees and scrub this floor. But I do spot clean. And every now and then I'll have somebody come and clean my kitchen and my bathroom, like deep clean. You have deep level 9 before they renamed and possibly reformulated. Girl, I have a lot of bronzer. I know business purchase and bag ups. I'm weak sometimes in purchase. I wouldn't say weak, and maybe because I get backups. Because when I bought that backup of medium level 7, I didn't know how long the first one was going to last. I had that over 2 years. I didn't know. And so I had purchased the backup, and it's just been sitting. But now that has a significant hole in it, I think in January is when I'll ditch the old one and open a new one. Because then I'll have the new Natasha palettes, new house, well, that new House Labs one. So just kind of refreshing stuff. And some stuff will stay old. My MAC and Notoriously Morbid. Locke is here in the United States. In the United States. If she was in the UK, I would have her get me the 669 from Martine Cosmetics. Yo, I get so mad now when I see them post 669 on Instagram. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I want you to put it in the mail. Y'all ain't sending stuff here, which I understand, but I'm just like, yeah. So those are different things that we do. Shop sales, shop deals. Try not to impulse buy. Try and slow ourselves down and really think about, why do we want this? Is it going to add something? Is it just because we just want it because it's pretty? All the stuff we have is pretty. You know what I mean? Is it our color story? Are we realistically going to use it? Because some people buy stuff and they're like, oh, I had this for 6 months, I haven't used it yet. I'm like, what? So you just spent money for no reason other than just to put something somewhere to just be decoration. Okay, no judgment. Okay. No judgment. I'm just saying. I really wanted to do these looks, but I'm not. I'm gonna go to the post office and mail that package, and then just chill out since today was a migraine day. But it's good now because I took a med for it, and so I do think I just need to chill out, and eat lunch. I did have breakfast already, so that will be it. But definitely, yes, Janet, we do need to meet next time you're in this. I don't want to say neck of the woods, but next time you're up this way. Because I will definitely set my alarm and get up and come hang out with you. That would be really awesome. That would be really awesome. Yeah, I am looking forward to that. I want to meet Janessa one day too. Because Janessa is just hella cool. Ooh, and when we're together, have her do my makeup. That would be amazing. That would be a transformation and a half. If I was at Janessa's place and she threw my makeup on a live stream or something, that would be hella cool. That would be so cool. But so whether you are participating in the blackout or not, just try and shop smart. And if you can slow yourself down enough, yeah, because you know other people here too. Yeah, if you're able to, well, not if, because you are able to slow yourself down or not, but it's a matter of willpower. Because some people are like, oh, I just kind of cannot help myself. Well, yes, you can. You just don't really want to. That's the truth of the matter. So if you can slow yourself down enough to really think, it's just makeup. Like, what else can I be doing with this money? And we know we love makeup. So everybody, shop smart, wait for deals. We know it's always going to be another deal. And we know this time of year is when the best deals are. Brands having 35% off, 30% off. Screw Sephora with their 20%. I will not say screw Ulta with their 20% that includes prestige, because you can also stack it with their other deals and point multiplier events. But just kind of wait. Just wait, because it's going to be a deal and it's going to be a better deal. So shop smart, shop sales. Don't just randomly, my suggestion is not to randomly just be browsing stuff, because I know people who would say, oh, my hobby is I'll just go to Ulta and browse around. Well, then you end up buying something. Don't be doing it. Have another hobby. Read a book. Put a puzzle together. Like, walk around the park, or, do a jazzercise, CD or something, whatever. Jazzercise, that's old. And shop the brand website, exactly, because they do have better deals this time of year. When I saw Dennis had that 35% off, and I was on my last Dermafusions moisturizer, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get one. Because surprisingly, I didn't have a backup of it. So I'm like, wait a minute, what? How I don't have a backup of that? Yeah, but 35% off. Yeah, shop the brand websites, 100%, especially this time of year, because they outsell Sephora. And if you're on Rakuten, they sent me that notice, 30% cash back on the Skechers website. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm getting back $17.70. And even for Ulta, I know this brush is so soft, Lock is cracking up. And I'm sitting here just, this brush is so soft. Oh my gosh. It feels so good. This brush, oh man. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. So even if you have in mind something you want to get, just wait. We know this time of year, this is the time to refresh if you have old stuff. And so even like I was saying, refreshing my Natasha stuff, it'll be this time 3 years from now when I refresh again in my house labs. You know what I'm saying? This time of year is the year to shop brand websites, because the percentages are higher than that stingy 20% from Sephora. You want one now? Brush your face to sleep. That's what I feel like. I'm sitting here so like soothed and comforted right now. Capital One Reward, and use the cashback app, y'all. I do sometimes put my Rakuten referral link on my community tab, because usually if someone uses my referral link, and if they spend, excuse me for smacking, like $50 within 3 months, we both get $30 cash back. We both get $30. Sometimes, like now, if someone uses my referral link and they spend $50 within 3 months, we both get $50. And so that's why sometimes I put it on my community tab, because we will both earn back money. And spending $50 ain't a lot. Like, we spend $50 like too quick. But if you're not on Rakuten, Capital One has reward system. There's some shop thing that keeps popping up, and I always exit out because I just use Rakuten. I've been using Rakuten for like over 10 years. And there's like Honeywell or something. That's another cashback app. So please do use a cashback app. If you're not on any, feel free to use my referral. Ooh, almost 2 hours. It spins when it spins. We're at hour 53 minutes and like 53 seconds is when it spins, and it just spun. But definitely use a cashback app, because you're going to get a percentage back on whatever you're buying anyway, and no extra charge to you. So that's another way to maximize your money. Shop Pay does cashback too. Yeah, that pops up, but I always exit out because Rakuten is usually a higher percentage. Shop pay might be 3%. Rakuten that day might be 5%, depending on what website I'm shopping on for Lancome only. So definitely consider that as well. Rakuten or another cashback app. So with that, y'all, we're going to go. Hopefully we all remember the preventative measures to not over shopping and over consuming. So I know we talked about a lot of stuff, other stuff too. The brands have so much better deals and rewards than Sephora. Exactly, Dawn, for sure. You got banned for 22 hours on YouTube for saying that in the comment. Y'all, is YouTube in bed with Sephora? Like, why would they ban you over that? This brush is so soft. Yeah, that's crazy. So we're going to go, y'all. I'm just... I'm going to go to the post office and mail this package. But if y'all are looking for some of my older... Well, not super old, but like my glam palette is in there that has retro glam shades in it. My Xenon palette that has retro glam shades in it is in there, and my Yucca palette, which actually I forgot that has one retro glam shade in there. And so I did price it, as I said, lower than the 35% off on the Natasha site right now. And if you purchased it new, someone reported you. That doesn't even make sense to me. So you comment on YouTube and you're saying somebody told Sephora and then they banned you from commenting on YouTube. That sounds really convoluted. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, that's a whole lot of contact this and this and this and that just for one comment. Dawn the Fugitive. Just a guess. That is just crazy. They've been doing stuff like that on Reddit. Some of the mod bots been banning people or having them say something nice about 4547. So I'm like, what the hell is that shit about? Like, get the fuck out of here. It happened to you twice? Dawn. I don't know. I might have to silence you on here because you ain't getting me kicked off. I'm joking. What the hell is going on? I think somebody might have something against you because that just don't sound right. It happened to you twice. That don't sound, something ain't right. Something don't sound right, Dawn, with that. I think somebody's fucking with you. I think somebody's fucking with you because that don't even make sense. Yeah, I think they got tired of you coming in and getting number one. And they were like, we're going to get her out of here because she always come in and say hi and she's number one in the chat. Yeah, that don't make sense. I think somebody's fucking with you. Because that makes 0 sense. 0 sense. You just said hello in the comment section for a long time. Yeah, there was a comment filled with F-bombs, but they were just fine. Yeah. Yup, Janet, because she number one. Somebody's like, we're going to get rid of her. And some people are that petty. Like, for real, for real. All right, y'all, we're going to go. Thank you for being here. Members will be here Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and schedule it right now after this live. Well, not right now, but after this live, I'll just schedule it, and then I'll go back later and do a thumbnail or something. But we're just going to chit-chat about content for Vlogmas and content for next year and different ideas for members-only stuff. Yeah, so you guys are going to help me figure that out. And also, we're going to name this organism that lives in my throat. Like, right in here somewhere. We're going to name that sucker, too. You got flagged before because of a comment, says Tanya. That is so freaking weird. And I'm like, what? Threatened to close my channel. What? They threatened to close your channel. YouTube threatened to close your channel? And you only said hi or nothing at all for a long time. That is crazy. That is crazy. Just a reminder, though, if anybody wants me to be their accountability partner, just either email me if you have my number, text me if you're on Instagram, DM me or whatever, and I will do that. YouTube did that? That's crazy. It said if it happened the third time, you would lose your channel. That is crazy. That is nuts. I think somebody fucking with you. I think somebody fucking with you, Dawn. I think somebody is reporting you for whatever reason. Well, you are public enemy number one, says Janet. Janet, that ain't right. That's as wrong as this half double chin that's only here to here. It ain't nothing over here. It's from here to here. That's fucking weird. Like, why not just be all the way across? It's here to here. Over here, it ain't nothing. Anyway, maybe I should just say hello now. No, you want to keep talking to us. We friendly trolls. I stopped using my cheeriness channel altogether. I noticed that too. That you stopped using the cheeriness. All right, y'all, we're gonna go. Members will be back here Sunday, 8 p.m. I'm gonna schedule that after this live is over. That was raw, Janet. And I'm gonna put this brush down and head out to the post office to mail this Macquarie sale. And if you're not on the cashback app, get on one after the blackout's over. Okay. All right, so we're going to go. Thank you, y'all, for indulging me. This has been real. Thank you to the new people who popped in today. It was so nice. Thank you for all the gifts and the brushes and the hearts and all of that stuff. What is this? Okay. And I need to cut my hair. But, yeah, so we'll be here Sunday. What's today? Monday. We'll be here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're doing Tanya and Kay's member requested look. We have a video going up Wednesday. We'll be back here live. Are we here Thursday? I don't know. Yeah, we are. Thursday, I did a video, y'all. It's like 2 hours long. I did a complete full face, and I did it to just have on here for like if anybody's home on Thanksgiving and they're just chilling and they might be like, oh my gosh, I don't have nothing to do, or if they felt lonely or just wanted company. So that's really what that video is for, and it is 2 hours long. So don't feel obligated to watch it. It's a full face. I forget. I think we might have used the Lady of Shalott palette. I think. From the Notoriously Morbid Spellcast Beauty side. And so that's why that video is there. We have something going up Thursday morning. It's really short, I think. But the one going up at 11 on Thursday, that's just to keep people company if they're just home alone. And it is long, unintentionally, but intentionally. Because I started from brows and did the whole face. And so, because I thought if somebody's home and they're not doing anything, just hang out watching my video. So that's what that's for. Friday, I think we have a regular video. But I'm excited for Sunday with the members. And we're going to go for now. Thank you, Shawanda. Oh, rest well, she says, and a week of fabulousness. Yes, thank you. And the same to you. And we'll be back here tomorrow night. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you. And y'all will see me tomorrow night. Bye. You have a good night, Shawanda. And thanks again.